What's up everyone, and welcome to Jayconomics. My name is Jay and it's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we take a look at anything related to finance with a strong focus on investing. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, then please consider subscribing and liking this video to help me on my quest to befriend the big, bad YouTube algorithm. What's up everyone, and welcome back to Jayconomics. In this video, we're going to take a look at the world of crypto as a whole, and we're going to also compare several crypto stocks. Then I will let you know which ones I own personally. Before we get into it, if you want to grow your portfolio exponentially, be sure to check out our Smart Money Squad Patreon. There are various tiers for your goals and budget. You get my buy and sell alerts instantly, my weekly watch list and entry points every Sunday, as well as updates throughout the week whenever I see something interesting in the market, and of course, access to the private Discord. The link for that is in the description below. We also have a free Discord with over 3,000 investors, so be sure to join that. And we are also on Instagram as well, so hit us up at Jayconomics with a follow on IG. Those links are also in the description below. So make that thumbs up turn blue and subscribe if you're new. It really does help the channel grow. And now without further ado, let's get into the video. Bitcoin. It has become the new fixation in the mainstream investing landscape recently. A lot of early adopters of Bitcoin, such as myself, knew this would come eventually. But to be honest, I did not expect it to come so soon and so dramatically. I guess this is what you get when you're faced with the current global situation. Things change quickly. So what exactly is Bitcoin though? Bitcoin, or BTC, is a digital currency that is often referred to as digital gold, as a store of value. Over the last 4 months, Bitcoin prices have quadrupled, and ever since March 2020, the currency has more than 10x'd in value. Cryptocurrency as a whole has gone from an obscure notion to the cusp of mainstream acceptance in a relatively short period of time, with lots of bumps in between. Now, back in 2009, Bitcoin was born thanks to a person, or group, known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Although we still to this day don't actually know the true identity of the person or persons, the creation of Bitcoin was the solution that made a lot of sense to many people. And of course, didn't make sense to a lot of people as well. The problem it solved, you may ask? How to perform decentralized financial transactions securely and anonymously over the internet. Nakamoto limited the number of bitcoins to 21 million. This is in heavy contrast to the US dollar and any other fiat currency, where the money printing is out of control and nothing is transparent. So far, since 2009, more than 17 million bitcoins have gone into circulation. Any and all transactions ever involving Bitcoin are all recorded on a ledger called the blockchain. This is all kept by codes and numbers rather than names. About every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin network releases a new block to the chain containing all of the transactions since the last block. So, to break things down even more clearly, the blockchain is essentially an online ledger that records transactions. Anyone can make and record a transaction as long as the participants agree. So essentially, the blockchain can replace third-party companies and individuals, and there are no trust issues involved. For example, blockchain-based real estate transactions would enable buyers and sellers, two entities that, don't necessarily trust each other all that well, to negotiate a certain price, set some set conditions, and complete a sale without a third party. So you can think of the blockchain as a sort of decentralized registry. So naturally, decentralizing the registries is what makes them more secure and more private. Recently, since March, we've slowly seen the mainstream acceptance of Bitcoin rise. Most recently, this could be seen with JP Morgan's price target of $146,000 for Bitcoin. We've seen a mad rally in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins as well in the past month or so, especially this past week and a half. The now richest man in the world, Elon Musk, has joked around with a crypto called Dogecoin on several occasions, but he has also said that he would always accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. And this is the trend. This is where the world is going. This is not the exception. The younger generation sees Bitcoin and crypto as a hedge and bet against the current financial system that we have. Millennial investors are early adopters of Bitcoin due to that distrust and the ability to see its value. So now we're going to take a look at several of the crypto stocks out there right now and compare them. This won't be an in-depth analysis of each, but more of an outlook on each, and this will give us a good idea of which ones are undervalued currently at these levels. We're going to take a look at the tickers, current share price, market cap, 3-month return, the latest recorded Bitcoin mining rate for each company, and based on that, their expected 2021 revenue. So some of these companies here have other things going on outside of just mining Bitcoin, like Bluesky Digital, for example, one of my favorite plays here. But as you can see from the table, HUT8 and Bitfarms really stand out from the crowd in terms of mining power and Bitcoin mined per day. Of course, these rates will change over time, and most of these companies have set out a target rate, but I'm going based on right now, and this is what I found. This is something that you can do yourself actually by using this useful tool here called the Bitcoin Mining Calculator. And you can also use another tool which you will need to calculate the hash conversion rate. So from like exahash to like terahash, for example. Super useful tools to really get a solid idea of what's going on here. Now, the biggest difference between HUT8 and Bitfarms is the mining cost as well as how each company uses their Bitcoin. So HUT8 is in Alberta, Canada, and Bitfarms is in Quebec, Canada. The cost is lower for HUT8. Also, HUT8 is keeping most of their Bitcoin, which really differentiates them from most of the others here. They blow the competitors out of the water in this area. HUT8 has the largest store of Bitcoins at 3,007 in the company treasury, whereas second place Riot is only at 820. Massive difference here. And as a crypto bull, this is something that I love to see, as this will only increase in value over time. On top of this, again compared to the big names, HUT has got the second highest mining power, yet the lowest market cap out of the big boys. Now, in terms of Bluesky Digital, this is a much smaller company, but they got a lot going on and mine both Bitcoin and Ether. What's cool about Bluesky is that they plan to roll out those profits and expand into other spaces like AI, DeFi, and esports. On top of that, if Bitcoin remains above $17,000 Canadian, Bluesky will be profitable, and right now we are way above that. At just a $13 million market cap USD, I think a Bluesky is the limit for Bluesky. To be quite honest though, you can't really go wrong with any of these, at least short term. In the long term, we will be able to differentiate the bad from the good and the good from the great. But long story short, if you are a crypto bull like me, then making room for one or more of these in your portfolio makes a lot of sense. One risk to keep in mind is that as the price of Bitcoin goes up, it attracts more mining power to the blockchain network, potentially decreasing an individual miner's payout. According to blockchain.com, the total hash rate for the Bitcoin network has increased considerably over the past 6 months. So these mining companies will need to increase their hash rate by a proportional amount to maintain the rate at which it receives Bitcoin. In simple terms, if let's say you get asked to dig a hole and the job pays you $10, and then your company hires a second worker to help you do that same job but cuts your pay in half, well, you each get $5. Same principle applies here. Personally, I have a lot more money in real crypto, so real Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, VeChain, Cardano, and Chainlink. than I do in these miner stocks. I picked up a bunch of all of these cryptos in April after the crash and also in June. I can't show my crypto portfolio for obvious reasons, but I've basically 5x'd my entire crypto portfolio in less than a year, and I look forward to the bright future that crypto has, even though we will see many ups and downs and a lot of volatility ahead. You know, that's just how crypto works. Now, investing in these miner stocks is a great way to take advantage of the crypto boom if you don't really want to learn too much about the ins and outs of real crypto. As for me, I own positions in both Hut8 and Bluesky Digital. I own a total of 380 shares of Hut8 at just over $5 Canadian, 200 shares in one account, and another 180 shares in a different account. I also own 2,600 shares of Bluesky Digital at 69 cents Canadian. Patreon members got buy alerts for both Bluesky and Hut8, as well as today we got an alert for Mara when I bought 52 shares at in the $22 range. So, you know, the reason why I bought this was because Mara was down just because of a big dip due to the closing of their offering. So honestly, I expect this to be trading in the $25 to $30 range quite shortly, and by the time I finished writing this, it actually jumped to $24 after hours, so you might get there quite soon. So that wraps it up for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that it gave you a good insight into the crypto world and the stocks that I'm looking at as the most undervalued and potentially the best long-term plays in the space, and why I am bullish on crypto overall. And guys, if this video brought you some value, well, this video took a long time to make, so if you could take a minute to just please hit that like button for me, as it really does help the channel a lot, I would really appreciate that. And if you want more content like this, then don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell to be notified when any new video comes out. And of course, check out the Patreon if you want access to all of the perks like the private Discord and access to all of my stocks and plays in a timely fashion, and much more. And please feel free to join the free Smart Money Squad Discord server. Until next time, take care and invest smart.